What's up, kiddos? Welcome back to another drawing which we're on. Today we're going to be looking at the artist Paul Klee. Now what's interesting about Paul Klee is his very childlike style. He combined Cubism, which think like Pablo Picasso, and Surrealism, like Salvador Dali, and he kind of combined these two and drew some really interesting and fun pictures that you can see behind me. And the one that we're going to be looking at today is the one that he drew of a cat. And the cat's thinking about a little bird, because cats are, always thinking about birds and fish and stuff. And so we're going to take a little interesting take on that. And we're going to be drawing a dog instead of a cat, and then right on top of our dog, he is thinking about a dog bone. And I'm sure with the green screen, this dog looks very fun. But get your pencils ready and let's get started. Here on my left, I have my Paul Klee dog, and I'm going to start by drawing a nice, big oval shape right here on the front. And I'm using an oil pastel for a couple reasons. One, it makes a nice dark black line, but also because when I start to watercolor paint this, the oil pastel is going to act kind of like a wall, and it's going to help the colors not mix when they get really close to each other. So I make one oval on one side, and I'm going to go and I'm going to do the other oval on the other side. Make sure that my paper isn't moving. I got to hold it down. It's alright, it's off a little bit. Alright, smooth that out, make it a little bit thicker. Alright, and then we're going to start with a little nose, adding little details. And then I'm going to add some eyes, and it's a little rainbow shape, and then like a bowl shape. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. 2 eyeballs. Alright, now dogs are not like cats, so they don't have slits eyes. They just have regular circle eyes like humans do. So right there on the middle, a black pupil. A black pupil. Draw his neck. Then I'm going to draw his ears. Then you probably notice that there is a dog bone right there. That's because in Paul Klee's picture of his cat, he's a bird on his brain. So he's thinking about the bird. So what we're going to do is I'm going to draw the bone right here. So I'm going to make a little line, and then I'm going to make a little ball shape, make a little ball shape, make another little ball shape, make another little ball shape, and then a straight line. Pretty simple. Make this a little bit darker. Alright, I think I'm ready to start painting. Now you'll probably notice that on a watercolor set of paint, the colors are actually in color order. Okay, ignoring black, ignoring brown, but it goes in the rainbow order. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. Now, red and yellow, when you mix them together, you get orange. If you have yellow and blue and you mix them together, you get green. If you have blue and red, you mix them, you get purple. That's why after blue goes purple, then it goes back to red and restarts all over again. So now, when I started painting this dog, I painted it purple. And purple, he has 2 neighbors. He's got the blue and the red. So if you mix purple with blue or red, you're gonna get some really pretty colors. So for this purple dog, okay, I added some red in some spots. And then on this blue, okay, I added some purple because they're neighbors. So sometimes you have this bluish purple color, sometimes you have this purplish red color. All right, neighbors mix really well together. So when I go to start painting my dog, I'm going to pick a color. Let's do a green dog. I'm going to do green. And so when I start coloring my dog with green, get my brush nice and wet, come over here and start spinning it around. And the more I spin my paintbrush in this little green oval right here, the darker the green is going to be. I want a really bright green, so I'm going to swirl it around to make it nice and dark. If you just kind of tap it in there, it's going to be a very light green. Sometimes you want light green, but for this dog, I want it to be super colorful. And I'm going to start painting. And notice my paintbrush. My paintbrush is nice and pointy. Do not push it down and make like a shape like that. It's not a pencil. Okay, you don't want your paintbrush to look like that. You want it to stay nice and pointy. That way I can get little corners right there. I'm barely dragging my bristles
now I've done a lot of green right here. It's all the same kind of color, so I'm gonna clean my brush out, make sure there's no green paint in it, and let's add a little bit of yellow to it, because green and yellow are neighbors. It's okay if, I can see my yellow turning a little green. There must have been a little green still in my hairs. That's okay. I'll clean it out later. All right, I'm gonna add a little bit of yellow to my green, and then I'm gonna go back and get some more green and keep going. Just adds a little bit of a new color to our picture, so it's not so boring. When you just use the same one color, it's a little boring, so we add a little bit of spice to it. All right, think about adding like something to your toast. Just eating toast by itself, it can be okay, but you put some butter and put some jelly on it, starting to taste really good. So, adding some colors, a little bit of spice. Now remember, art is not a race. I'm not trying to get done the fastest. I want to make sure that I'm taking my time and making sure it looks nice and beautiful. This time I add some more yellow again, so clean out my brush. Get some more yellow, swirl it around. Alright, and then, look, there's a little hole right there. Some more green yellow. Beautiful. Kind of reminds me of Sprite. The lemon lime combo. Looking good, looking sharp. All right, let's go back to green and paint his snout. Dog is snout. It's like their mouth. That kind of sticks out. A lot of animals have snouts. Snout, snout, snout. Some dogs have really short snouts, like pugs and stuff. But I don't know what kind of dog this is. It's called a made-up dog. My dog doesn't really look like this. I don't have a green dog. I don't have a purple dog either. But sometimes it's fun to add a little bit of color to things. Makes it interesting. People look at it and be like, why is it like that? Artistic freedom. No, I should probably do his neck. Oop. Be careful when you're moving your brush around, all right? Sometimes it's really loaded with a lot of water, so you start flinging it around, you're gonna get drops. So just be careful of that. Alright, I'm almost done with my doggy. Go up here at the top. Actually, let's do his top of his snout. Right there. Alright, I like this one. I don't know which one I like better. I mean, I love blue and purple, but this green one's looking really nice too. It's starting to look kind of like a lime. A lemon lime. The lemon lime dog. This could be the mascot for Sprite, I think. But use a little bit more yellow. Yeah, I think right when I get up here at the top, I'm going to use a little bit more yellow for his ear. Clean out my brush, make sure I'm not putting green in it. I don't know if you ever noticed, but a lot of times in the water buckets, you have like this little line divides it. So usually what you do is you use that to clean your brush, and then this for your fresh water. Ooh, look at that one. I need to get some green in there though. Alright. There we go. A beautiful doggy. Alright, okay. It's looking good. Looking good. Now, what color do I want his eyes to be? I want to have some contrast. So, I think maybe I do purple eyes. Green and purple go really well together. Think like the Joker. The Joker's got like a purple suit on and really nice shiny green hair. So green and purple usually go well together. So let's do some purple eyes. They'll make it really pop. Oh yeah. Be careful. Hopefully this oil pastel right here will keep a nice wall between my wet green paint and wet black paint. Sometimes what you can do is you can wait. You can like let the green dry, like go do something for like maybe half an hour and then come back and it'll be all dry. But if you're impatient like me, that black oil pastel really helps keep the colors separated. You gotta keep them separated. Clean out, use my dirty water. All right, what color should his nose be? Let's do orange. Do orange just like my other dog. Now I think for the background, I'm gonna do a blue background, just like I did in my other picture, because blue is neighbors with green, so I can add some blue randomly. or some green randomly to my blue. So you can see what it looks like, the difference between adding purple to blue and adding green to blue. So now if this is light enough, it's pretty dark. It'll even look, I flung some colors, but that's all right. I'm not worried about it. If I was worried about it, I could clean this out. All right, clean this out. And then get a little bit of green paint, and then just kind of paint over that. You don't even see it anymore. There we go. Luckily, because green and blue are neighbors, okay, it blended in really nicely, so you don't see that blue anymore. It's a nice thing about coloring with neighbors. All right, little blue-green. Oh yeah, that's a beautiful color. It's almost like a turquoise teal color. All right, I think I need some more blue because I don't want it to be too green. If it's too green, he's gonna start to blend in with his face. Kind of like camouflage. Kind of a chameleon type color. I don't want that. Even though it'd be really cool. I want there to be a difference between the dog's color and this guy's color. Alright, looking good. Get some water. Sometimes I just get water. I don't need to get paint every time. There's enough color here that if I just add water to it, I can make it go a little further. Alright, I think it's time to add a little bit of green. Alright, and then go back to my blue. Blue, blue, blue. That's really dark. Sometimes if the paint's really dark, you just add water to it. Get it here. Gotta be careful not to rest your palm on your picture. So hold my brush, and this takes a lot of skill, takes a lot of practice not to rest your hand, especially if it's wet. Now if you go and take a break and you come back and it's dry, it's a little bit easier. But right now this is wet, so I gotta like raise my hand. It takes a lot of practice to be able to do this and be precise. Notice how pointy still my paintbrush is. A little bit more water. Taking my time, just going around my dog. Got around the bone, looking good. Look how blue that is. It's like seawater almost. A little bit more green. It's okay if I get on the table, it's watercolor. So when I'm done, I can just wipe it right up. All right, let's get some more water. Be careful. See, this has a lot of water. You're going right over your picture. It could drip right in there. So sometimes I might go around like that. All right, this might be the last bit I need right here. A little bit of blue. A little bit of green. And then I think I could probably be done with getting paint. I just add water to this and thin it out a little bit. And I think I'm done with my Paul Klee puppy. Nice, looking good. Get a little water. Add some water to this. Getting pretty close. Well, I need some more blue paint. Yeah, maybe, just a little bit. That's good. I thought I was done using paint, but I think I needed a little bit more. Right. I need more. Come on, give me some more paint. See, notice how sometimes I get paint from the paper. I don't have to always go back to my paint. That way I don't have any like puddles. You don't want like a big puddle of like a little lake, like right there, super thick right there. So I'm just gonna spread that out. Because what happens is sometimes if you have like these little lakes and you go to pick up your picture, it'll like drip, like this green will like drip through his nose, and we don't want that. All right, there we go. I think my Paul Klee dog is super cute. I used green and yellow and green and blue, but you could use like orange and then do orange and yellow and orange and red, but super fun to mix colors and not just use just red or just orange, you know, try to mix it with one of its neighbors and get some really pretty results.
Well, kiddos, I hope you had fun drawing your Paul Klee dog. If you want to, you can try drawing Paul Klee style with other animals, like maybe a fish or a bird. It'd be really fun. But I hope you had fun, and I will see you next time on Drawing Trowbro.